Well, greetings, YouTube land. Today is April 23rd, 2010, and I am a few days past my 1 month mark in testosterone. It has been a crazy ass month between transitioning and my thesis and my coursework, but things have been going really, really well. So, this vlog, I'm going to kind of keep it as short as I can, just because I don't really have a lot of time left to do this, which is unfortunate, because I really want to talk more about what's going on, but I really do need to actually get some work done on my thesis before we do our second take. So this vlog, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on the past month, what changes I've seen, what's going on this week, and any new developments that have occurred. New developments this week, nothing really too new. My voice is still dropping. I think I'm just becoming more aware of how significant the change is. I keep getting told I need to change my voicemail because it was, from way back when. And I actually listened to my first, the voicemail originally, how it was. It is crazy different compared to how it is now, so I'm really glad I changed it. I guess I kind of forgotten how much my voice is different. I mean, I'm used to hearing it every day, so I'm just kind of getting used to it being low, and I'm forgetting that it is actually, a big change. I also did some cross-comparison with pictures of, pre-T and now, and I do see that my jawline is squaring out just a little bit. I wouldn't say that it's definitely totally squared out, but I think it's just begun that process, and it's a little more noticeable. I started developing a happy trail. Kind of forgot that was going to happen. A little freaked out by it, but it's pretty cool. I'm also noticing that facial hair wise, I mean, there definitely isn't any facial hair, but my peach fuzz is growing and accumulating, which is pretty cool. I feel like it might be easier now to actually use the whole mascara trick on my peach fuzz. So it's also exciting to see kind of that potential, and I'm like, oh hey, you're gonna be an actual beard sometime soon, or not really soon, but the next year or so, hopefully. Hot flashes. Had my first hot flash. That was nice and embarrassing. I was at work, and all of a sudden I was like, holy hell, it is hot in here. And my boss was like, what are you talking about? It's cold. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm sweating my ass off, and it was ridiculous. I now understand when my mom bitched and moaned about menopause so much. It is not fun. I also had my first adverse side effect of tea, which is teenage acne. Can't really see too much of it because I'm covering up with concealer. And luckily it's not really on my face, but it's my neck and my back. It's it is not pretty, my friends. It is not pretty. But in all fairness, my voice is dropping and my muscles are toning and I'm becoming a sexy man. So whatever, it's fine. Emotion-wise, it finally caught up with me. I had a pretty intense week this week with self-doubt and some other kind of panic thoughts oh my god, this is really happening. Before I started tea, I knew that it was going to have an effect on my personality. I knew it was going to be positive for the most part, becoming much more confident and probably more self-assured, which I had been, and that's great. But what I didn't think of is that it was going to have this large systematic effect on my, persona, my mantra. And I'm realizing now that I'm making a lot more decisions based on what I want and what I need, and not really caring, what other people need from me. And I'm beginning to wonder, at what point does this go from being healthy for me and harmful for others? And I need to kind of be really mindful of that, and I need to kind of reevaluate how I'm going to manage that boundary line, because before it was clear to me that my friends came first, and my family came first, and I came, third or fourth. Another thing I had was also kind of looking at my level of androgyny, and I am a major control freak, not going to deny that ever. And I kind of realized that I don't have any control over where these changes are going to stop. And eventually, I may pass entirely as a guy without any question, and I don't want that. I do want to pass as a guy, but I still want there to be some question on people's mind. I want to, at least for 2 seconds, for someone to wonder, what's going on there. And it's hard for me to reconcile the fact that I don't have control for this. So there were a couple, restless nights this week where I was up for a pretty significant amount of time trying to kind of calm myself down. And the big thing for me is that I need to give myself permission to do this. I don't. I'm the worst therapist to talk to about self-care because I don't do it. I don't take good care of myself. I'll never try and claim that I do. I don't. I try to belittle what I'm going through so often to say it's not a big deal, I'm fine, when really it's not. And this is something I need to give myself permission to actually feel. And I'm doing my best to get there. And by even just saying that, that's big for me. So, that's it really, like, emotional and physically. I do have a cool update, and that was I finally changed my license to say male. I was pretty ambivalent to it going into it, but I feel really confident that that was the best decision for me. Frankly, I can't keep female on that license. It's really freaking confusing. I don't present as female. I don't act female. Like, it's not me. Granted, I'm not really male either, but I'm far more male than I am female, quote unquote, if you have to look at it that way. So, and going to the RMV, it was a really good experience. Aside from being there for like a ridiculous amount of time, it was like 4 hours or something insane like that. But the guy was really nice who did it. He was a little confused about the forms and didn't really know if I needed something extra. And but he was wicked nice, and he actually thought that last time I went, they just screwed it up. He like had no clue that I used to be female. He was like, "Oh, so last time you were here, they just like, you checked off the wrong box," and I was like, "Sure, we'll go with that." So he was really cool, and yeah. So I'm still feeling like really good about that. I'm excited to actually see it, and I think that it'll be a little more real because right now I just have a temporary paper one that doesn't really count. So, I want to say that's it for this week. I feel like there's so much more going on in my life because there is between my thesis right now and everything else. But that's it gender-wise. So, I really hope everything's going well for you guys, and I really appreciate everyone kind of following me the past month, and hopefully it'll stick with me throughout the next year or so. And I'm really, really excited to see what this is going to look like in 2 months and be able to cross-compare it to this one. And then again in 2 months and 5 months and a year, and it's crazy to think what I'm going to look like and sound like then. So, yeah. Alright, so hope all was well. Take care, guys.